I'm back to Tell the Truth channel. Please like, share my content on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and what other content that y'all go on. I appreciate that very much. I am in Jesus and Jesus is in me. All right. I want to talk to y'all. I talked to my father, and I told him that, I talked to him about some things, and it's about the people that's married, you know. And I was once married too. So I can speak on this because I was once married and I know how it is to be in a marriage. And once it's done, it's done. So I talked to my father about it, and he gave me the permission to go ahead and speak on this. So I'm gonna go ahead and speak on what y'all need to understand and what y'all should not be dealing with because you're married. You shouldn't have to deal with it. So I'm going to speak on this. Look, now, by you being married and you have assets with each other, I can understand that. You know, when you married and you buy properties and stuff like homes and um, buying properties like um, companies and cars and all that stuff, all these assets that you buy, you know, and you staying in a marriage because of the assets. That's not good. Now, the marriage is gone. It's over with. It's done. And you're going to stay into a marriage over assets? How crazy is that? That's crazy. Why would you want to make yourself miserable because you have assets with each other when you can split up them assets? You can split them up. That person get part of the asset, you get part of yours. And then you build over. You start over from the ground up. If you started and you both came in together and built an asset together, so both of y'all know about how to start over again because you came in and you did it together. But if you came in already and this person already has assets before you married that person, and you had assets before you married that person, then you already know how to start out because you did it before you got married. So what's the problem? Then letting the assets go, splitting it up, and starting all over again and building from the ground up. You already know what to do. You already got money from the assets that split up. So you use that money right there to start over again. You use that money to start over again. Why would you stay in a marriage that's already gone just to hold on to the assets? You got to look at it like this. Once you leave this earth, them assets gonna still be there. And when you leave the earth, the person that you married is gonna take their assets, sell the assets, and then move on and be with somebody else. That's what y'all gotta think about. You holding on to something that ain't worth to be holding on to. Because everything that you hold on, material things, can't go with you. It can't go with you. So why you holding on to it? Just let it go and start all over again. What's the problem with that? Just do that. Just do that. Don't stay in a marriage that you're not happy being with just over assets. That's crazy. You looking at a person that you can't even stand and get along with over assets. Do that make any sense? It does not make no sense. It doesn't. Why would you make yourself so miserable just to hold on to assets when you could start all over again? With the money that you get off the assets that you got already, you can start all over again and build again. It ain't gonna take you long to build over because you already got money right there. And you just starting over a little bit. So what's the problem with that? Why would you stay? Why would y'all do that? Why would y'all stay in a marriage that y'all know y'all not happy just over assets? That's crazy. You're arguing, you're fighting, you're clowning, knowing you can't stand each other, knowing you want to get away from each other, but you want to stay because of the assets. That's crazy. Think about that. Think about that. Don't do that. Why would you want to make yourself miserable and live somewhere you don't want to be and you're not happy there? Why? Why would you do that? That's crazy. You let it go and then you start over again. That's what you do. You let it go and then you start over again. And when you do that, you happy. You happy because you done got out of a marriage that you know ain't working no more. And then you starting all over again. But even though you starting over, you got your peace. And you got your joy and you got your happiness. And then you can build all over again. Then you know from there what to do. If you decide to get married again, you will know exactly what to do. Because you done been through it already. Therefore, you'll know what to do. If you decide to get married again, you will know exactly what to do. You'll know exactly what to do. Not to get yourself caught up in that no more. Especially if you know that the marriage is not going to last. That's the difference. Especially if you know the marriage is not going to last. So when you know that the marriage is not going to last, then you already know what to do. Cover yourself. Cover yourself so you won't get yourself back in that situation no more. Because you done been through it once. Why would you want to go through it again? That's what y'all got to think about. That's what y'all got to think about. Don't sit there and say, well, I done been married. I done been through all this. I'm not going to get married no more because I don't want to go through all of that. See, everybody is not the same. That's the point y'all got to look at. Every person is not the same as the person that you got out of the marriage with. This person might be different than the other person. And you might not have to go through that with that person. Just because you went through with that person don't mean you're going to go through it with that person. You can't put everybody in the same box because everybody ain't meant to be in the same box. Everybody different. Ain't nobody the same. Everybody has different ways. So you can't put everybody in the same box. So you can't give up on life because of what you went through with that person. You can't give up on life. You got to keep going until you find the right one, because you got to look at it. If that marriage broke down, it wasn't meant for y'all to be together. That wasn't meant for you. So it's time to go out there and then wait on the Lord. That's the problem y'all make y'all mistake at. Wait on God and let God send the person to you. So when God sends that person to you, therefore you know that's the one God, that's the right person coming. Because God ain't going to send you nobody where you have to walk away from. God going to send you somebody where you can build, love, and be together to death do part. That's how the Lord works. See, y'all be desperate. Gets to want to get into marriage so fast and don't even get the chance to spend time to know each other. It takes more than a year or two to learn about each other. Even if you're not going to learn more about each other, because, you ain't going to never know everything about each other. You're going to know enough, but not everything. Enough to know what you can deal with. That's what y'all got to think about. Just don't sit there and say, well, I'm not finna try no more because I done been through this once before. I don't want to try it again. Everybody is not the same. You can't put everybody in that same box of what you went through with the first time you was married. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't give up on life because of what you went through. You gotta keep going because you only have one life to live, and you want to enjoy that life till the Father call you home. So you just can't give up on it just because of what you go through. You just gotta let it go, and you know from there what you've been through, not to take yourself back through that again. Like, I'm not finna do that again. Now I know what I went through. I know what I learned, because the best teacher is when you learn from the things that you go through. You learn from your mistakes and then you correct them. So you know not to get yourself caught up in the same thing that you just got yourself out of. You know how to do it right and not get caught up in it no more. You know what to do because you don't learn from that. What don't kill you make you stronger. So when you know that you learned that lesson from that, you know how to deal with it when it comes to another one. You know how to handle it. Because the next time you get with somebody, you might not go through that no more. You know? Especially if you wait on God and let God handle it. Let God find the one for you. That's what y'all need to do. Just let the Lord do his will. That's all y'all got to do. Just let the Lord do his will. No matter how long it takes, let the Lord do his will. Because when the Lord do his will, that's when things going to come out right. If you go out there trying to do the Lord's will, that's when things fall apart. Because y'all don't know what y'all choosing out there. You don't know if you choosing a demon or a godly person. That's the point. You need to just let the Lord do his will. Because when you go out there and you looking for somebody, you don't know what you up against. You don't know what you're up against. So the best thing to do is just wait on the Lord. If you think you got the right person, get on your knees and pray to God and ask God, God, is this the one you sent me to be with? And if he tell you yes, then that's the one. He sent you that person. But you got to ask. Just don't assume that's the person God sent you, because it might not be. Just because the person look like a godly person don't mean that's a godly person. You have to go to God and ask God to give you clarity to make sure is that the right one that he sent for you. Because the devil can send many people that make you think that they godly. Because there's people out there will praise the Lord, Lord this, God that, and don't even walk with the Lord. And you thinking that's the one for you. You got to pray on it. You got to pray on it, and you got to ask God, is this the one for me, Father? Is this the one you sent for me? And then you just wait on him to give you that sign. Because believe me, he will give it to you. You just got to wait on it. And if he tell you no, let it go. Don't hold on and say, no, I'm just going to go ahead and check it out anyway. I'm just going to see if the person for me. And then next you know, after God done told you no, but you do it anyway. And then you get it yourself back in a situation, then you looking stupid because you should have listened to God when he told you. You should have listened to him. And that's where people make their mistakes at, because they got too much pride to listen to God when he's telling you who's right for you and who's not right for you. Y'all got too much pride on that, and that's where y'all mess yourself up at. So when you done been through something, the best thing to do is go to God and ask God, is this the one for me, Father? Is this the one for me? And just wait on him to give you an answer back, because he will give you that answer. You just got to wait on it. You just got to wait on it. And that shouldn't be no problem. And then once you do that, then you won't have to worry about getting yourself in a situation that you just came out of. And then you ain't got to worry about going back into that situation, because you just came out of one situation and you don't want to go back to another situation. So it's better to wait on the Lord and let the Lord give you the answers. That's what you should do. The best thing y'all could do is do that. So don't be in a marriage just because of assets and you know you're not happy. Let it go. Because it ain't going to do nothing but keep you miserable, and you never ain't going to be able to build. You still going to be where you're at, in the same boat you at, and you never ain't going to grow, because that's not the one for you. If you feel miserable in that marriage, that's not the person for you. That's not the person for you if you feel like that. and you can't stand looking at that person, but you got assets, you got to let it go. Let it go. Don't keep yourself miserable. Let it go and start over again. That's it. That's all you got to do. Just start all over again. That shouldn't be a problem. It's just material things. Start over again. That's it. At least you got your peace. At least you got joy, love, and happiness in your life. And you can start over again because you will be happy. You'll be happy. Thank y'all for listening to me. This is what I talked to the Lord about, and this is what I want to talk to y'all about. Thank y'all for listening to me. Jesus love you. Father love you. The Holy Ghost, the angels, the ancestors, and I love y'all. And I will be back to talk to y'all again soon. Y'all have a good day and a blessed day.